Woo! Welcome to Fragments of Remains, session 16. So, we'll quickly check in, see how each of our players are doing, and how their week was. Sanashi, I know that you had a good day, so let's start off with you.
I had a great day. Put in plenty of miles. I actually woke up really early this morning, not my choice, but I couldn't go back to sleep, so I got up early and went to the gym at like 4 something in the morning. So I'll be tired tonight early. But yeah, made some free money just by getting a little pinprick on my finger and passing 4 of the tests at work. And other than that, it's been a pretty busy week, but I guess enjoyable week.
Well, that's good. Valencia, let's follow it up. How was your week?
Ah,
That sums it up.
yeah.
Well, that sounds fantastic. Modar, how was your week?
Things are good right now. It's been a little cool down here, but nothing wrong with a little cool weather. But yeah, no, things are going good. Crossing my fingers on getting my graphics card right now. Hopefully it went through, but we'll find out.
And hopefully it does. But Togo, how was your week?
My week was great. Got out of work early today, came home, took a nap, just had some nice chicken, watched the first 2 episodes of Ken Jennings guest hosting. Oh my gosh, why can I not say that? Jeopardy this week, so that's exciting. So yeah,
Nice. Well, then it sounds like everyone had at least an okay or better week, so that's good. Hopefully, we continue that into our session tonight. But with that, there's not too much to recap, but I'll open it up to the floor for each of you to go ahead and give your version of the
Charge.
that about sums it up.
recap. Yep, I mean
Uh,
that sums up all of Zanashi's most of her time here.
That's all I need to say is one word. My summary's done.
I guess we came in and kind of scouted around, or didn't get to scout around because the giant undead minotaur was there and the little kobolds. We went and fought them and looked around and found some things, and me and Alencia noticed some zombies, and we were about to start shooting some crossbows before Zanashi noticed for them to charge in, and then Modar came over, and then Zanashi saw them, and it all kind of happened at once, and yeah. Then we came over, found a map, I think, and then we came up here, and Zanashi charged.
Yeah, I would say that pretty much sums it up, but does anyone have anything else they'd like to add before we jump into the game?
I don't believe so. Yeah, the map, and we've got a general idea about the layout of this place at this point.
Indeed. So, continuing on April 16th, as we are getting fairly late into the evening, you can just feel that natural fatigue beginning to set in. But without any hesitation, as Zanashi sees this shadowed like creature, she begins to charge in, giving a shout to each of you as, I guess, a courteous warning. So then, with that and the intentions of what Tanashi was saying, taking a swing at the creature, we'll go ahead and begin tonight's session by rolling initiative.
Not great.
Wow, you guys are quick. I didn't even get to do my stuff yet. Hold on,
I
guys.
had I had my token targeted well before you ever put the tracker out, and I had my finger just wait over, or my mouse cursor over the button, just waiting for it to pop.
Yeah, keep up, DM.
Dang. Make sure you have a 0 initiative. So,
How y'all got zeros?
They didn't click their token, so I had to add them. And
That would
Oh,
do it.
I was about to say, how am I beating y'all, man? Like I
Uh,
got negative modifiers or something?
okay, so we start off the first round of combat with this creature and going first as Zanashi, you're swinging back your axe. This thing will move just a tad towards you and take a swing at you. So as it does, you'll see it kind of like open up its arms, almost seeming like it is about to embrace you in a hug. And as it does, you can see the cloth against its face begin to inhale. You can see the light itself going into its mouth, and it is a 23 to hit.
23 will miss me and hit Alencia. No, I'm just kidding. That's
Fair. All right, so you will take 9 damage, necrotic damage, as this creature begins to suck the strength out of you. Can you roll me a d4, please? All right, so what I need you to do at the moment is reduce your strength by a total of 2.
out of
Togo.
principle, she will not do that.
My turn. Well, that might change what I'm gonna do then. I'm going to. What does this thing look like?
A shadowed, cloaked creature. You can see a bit of gray smoke emitting from all points that you can see on it, just hovering above the ground.
I am going to cast Vicious Mockery on it and say, anyone have a torch? It's a bit breezy in here, and a little cold. Whew.
All right, that is an 8. Excuse me. That is an 8 on the saving throw, so it will take 4 damage, psychic damage, as it, and then it'll have disadvantage on its next attack.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to give Zanashi inspiration. And where was that in here? And say, actually, I'm gonna walk up behind Zanashi and just kind of pat her on the back and say, "You got this," and that'll be my turn.
It's so cold in here.
Valencia.
I appreciate how we're also democratic. And she'll move along, squeeze through.
Okay.
Please stop what you're doing. And she'll swing her sword. That's not a sword.
That's a crossbow.
No, that's definitely not a sword.
What are you doing over there, Alencia?
Somebody's been drinking all day.
I've been using the wrong hand. I'm getting my left and right crossed.
The 18 will hit. And as you slash through with the sword, right as you begin to make contact with what appears to be the cloak, you notice that the sword seeps through just as a hot knife would butter, and as it dissipates the smoke just a bit, swirling just behind your sword with the force that you thrust forward, it will then begin to place itself back together.
This sword doesn't work on anybody. Blast.
Maybe you should try using it on people who are alive.
That is kind of hard to do that. Not everyone is so maliciously evil. Typically, the dead ones are. And then I donkey kick him.
Nice. 24 hits.
Oh,
See
thank
that
the Lord.
damage. Nice. As you kick through Zanashi, you will see this foot just pierce straight through the back and out of the chest of this creature. And then anything else for your turn?
Nope.
Oh, and then it is your turn, Zanashi.
I am going to start foaming at the mouth as I enter a rage.
All right, I believe that's your last one.
It is. And I'm going to swing at this Joker. Take that, you foul beast.
22 will hit.
And that will be my turn.
All right. Anything you'd like to add as you take this thing down?
Does it just kind of disappear into smoke or something?
Pretty much.
Kind of hard to say I want to chop its head off or something. But I guess I'll be like, where in the hell did it go?
Jump inside it and wave all the black smoke around.
Well, what I'll say is as you slash through this shadowed creature, you strike it right at the neck, and when its head begins to appear to be toppling, it vanishes completely. The smoke dissipates just before each of your eyes. And with that being the end of your turn, Modar, will you give me a perception check, please?
That's a no.
All right. Thank you for your roll, sir.
The rocks are really nice in here, aren't they? Like, the floor is very well done.
Yeah, plenty of places to yell charge at.
Yeah, Modar is gonna move up towards the rest of the group.
So, looking around, I don't see any more ghosty things, do I?
Okay, I'm charging.
Oh,
Like-
that's pretty much the end of combat.
It ain't for me. I'm charging the statue.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
And I'm going to swing my great axe at the statue.
Okay.
Zanashi?
As you do that, can you go ahead and give me a perception check? All right.
I wonder if I should do that inspiration. What do you think, Togo?
I mean, you can.
Sure, let's do it.
It's
How much, D6?
1d6. Yeah, 1d6 still. I think next level
Ooh.
28.
So as
Nice.
you run up and strike this stone statue, you do feel yourself becoming a bit empowered. Your muscles beginning to bulge even more. You can feel your heart pumping faster, and it is if you are being empowered while within the presence of this statue and so close to its light. But you will also notice that as you hit it and it lets out a big you will begin to hear and as you look over towards your eastern direction, you will begin to see this boned three-headed creature as it is making its way towards each of you. Go ahead and roll me initiative. Wait, you guys aren't ready? What?
Since I charged the statue, let me read this. Never mind.
It's
As long
1
as you-
minute, as long as you hit something,
As long as you swing, you don't have to hit anything. As long as you attack.
yeah, or get attacked.
Yep.
She did technically attack.
Yes. Since it's 1 minute long, and as soon as you had struck that shadowed creature, killing it, and then running over here and striking this in order to keep your rage still bubbling, we will say only 15, 20 seconds max had passed.
2 rounds, I'm assuming.
Yeah, 2 rounds. That's fair. Because I was gonna say like 20 seconds would be like very you just like not charging at all. So we'll say 2 rounds. So 12 seconds off of it, you have essentially 8 rounds left.
Okay.
Do I notice
So-
this thing? Is it around the bend enough, or can I actually see it?
I will say from like the light being illuminated on it, yes, you can. So what you see is this mainly bone creature. The only flesh upon it, well, hardly flesh, we should say, is what appears to be a lion head, which you can see from the very thinned out mane that runs around its neck. You see the skeleton head of a dragon on the right side and that of a sheep on the left. Both of those are pure bone as it runs down into a half bone and fleshed creature, the wings made of all bone with very little skin in between.
Toga lets out a. What is that?
But with that, it is going to begin with Modar at the top of the turn order.
I'm going to move, say, 10 feet right in behind him here, and I am going to throw a firebolt at this thing.
All right, let's see that roll to hit. A 16 will hit the creature.
Ew.
That wasn't nice.
So as this firebolt kind of grazes this creature, as you are a bit shocked in what you are seeing, a creature containing 3 heads of others that you know to be quite legendary in their own rights. And the firebolt does just a minimal damage.
And that will be my turn.
All right, Alencia. Togo, you're up next.
While attempting to process this charge at the statue and understands for now that there's imminent danger and she needs to be angry, she'll let that thought go and focus on the battle. Run here and fire a crossbow at it, poisoned.
Can you give me a perception check?
Nat 1. Come on.
So you
Nope.
see the same thing that happened to Zanashi happen to you. Your muscles grow a bit. You feel your heart pumping even faster. And you shoot the crossbow.
Okay.
$16 hits. All right, and then it makes a con save. That is a 9, so that is a fail.
Okay, it's poisoned.
And meaning disadvantage on its attacks, correct?
Yep.
All right. So you'll notice as you shoot this crossbow, it pierces and impales the bone quite more than you would anticipate, and you can see a large chunk of it fall off. Is that the end of your turn?
She's gonna peer around this corner.
Okay. Leads into what appears to be a collapsed wall.
That's it.
Togo, and then Zanashi, you're up next.
Did the creature act any different when Alencia's crossbow bolt hit it? Or would I know that the creature is poisoned? Does it react? Look like it's moving slow or anything?
We'll say, I mean, all of this is pretty much like happening basically at the same time. So as it's like taking a step forward, you'll see where like it steps and it kind of just like collapses, like not fully, but like almost like its legs are asleep as it's making its way towards each of you, flapping its wings but not propelling itself any faster.
Okay, I am also going to shoot it with my crossbow then.
Okay. Alencia, what I'd also like to point out, as you left that area where you shot the bow, you will notice that your heart has ceased racing as fast as it was. Togo, the 24 will hit for 5 damage.
And that'll be my turn.
Zanashi.
Charge!
I did not expect that.
I know you
didn't?
would. What? Total surprise, wasn't it?
So as you move forward, you feel your heart cease to race as it was. Their muscles not as bulging as they were just previously, but striking it nonetheless in a nice chunk of damage.
We need a bulging muscle hit on a creature.
And that's going to be it for my turn.
All right, which brings us to this creature, and with it being at disadvantage, I do need to make this check. Oh. All right. So you see the dragon head, Alencia, arc back, or Zanashi, and begin to arc back. And as it just rotates slightly and begins to take aim at you, you see it exhale. And essentially, that's all that happens.
Like, what's the exhale?
So mechanically speaking, basically this creature has a breath ability, but because it's dead, it doesn't have a breath ability, so you have to make a check to see if it uses it, and it rolled really low on the intelligence check that I gave it, so it basically thinks that it can use it, but it's just nothing.
Okay, gotcha.
I love that.
But that does bring us back to the top of the turn order, which is Modar.
All right. Modar is gonna move up here to the other side of Togo, and going to take another shot with a firebolt at this thing.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the attack roll. Unfortunately missing. As the firebolt shoots out, it whizzes right past Zanashi's head and soars right in between the wings of this creature and hits the wall behind it.
All right, and I'm going, if I haven't already, I'm going to move the dancing lights into this chamber and make sure everything's lit up in here.
Got it. Alencia?
Alencia, seeing that the poison has struck, puts away her weapons. And hits him with an unarmed strike.
All right. That good old
And-
1-2 punch.
Yeah. And she will use a key point to deal an additional 3d4 necrotic damage.
Okay, go ahead and give me your damage. Nice. Nice strike.
Then, as a regular action, she'll bring out her sword and actually swing.
Perfect. The 20 hits.
Ignore the necrotic.
Yep. I was gonna say just minus the 11. And has just a tad health left as you see the sword sink into it and the poison begin to burn away the skin, and you can hear the sizzle and smell the little bits of hair that remain as it just melts away. Anything else?
What a hideous annoyance. And that'll be it.
Mr. Togo.
I'm gonna keep at it with my crossbow and try and take a shot and shoot into its mouth.
All right, you can do it. I believe in you. Oh,
No, I
7
can't.
miss. And
That's what your belief does.
as
Yeah,
you do,
You're a little scared of hitting me or Alencia is what it is.
as
Shot a little high.
as it's ducking and dodging the attacks in between or the Zanashi and Alinci are moving and dodging in between its non-existing attacks, I should say, you do strike it in the mouth, but instead of finding a solid bone target to pierce in, it does just go right through an empty cavity. And you see the bolt hit a wall behind it.
All right. I think that'll be it.
Zanashi.
Rinse and repeat, swinging at this Joker. Oh,
That
yeah.
is a good ass hit.
I'm chopping its head off.
Which one?
And then chopping its head off, and then chopping its head off.
Or I'm coming down right on its head, trying to split its skull in half. But before I roll damage, I want to make sure I read this. Because I get that crit thing. Trying to find it.
Yeah, this is very important.
Something tells me you just might kill it.
You score a
I don't
roll one
know.
of the dice at additional time. Okay.
I don't know. I don't think
All
you
right.
can. I don't think she can.
You don't think she can?
Mm-mm.
Roll that damage.
Oh yeah. So while you do
Plus that 8.
upwards thrust, slashing the dragon head that had arced up and begun to attempt to use its breath attack on you, you slash through it, the dragon head falling first, then through the lion's head, and then the ram's head as this creature falls. The bones begin to fall away from the creature, separating just a bit, and the wings fall against the ground.
Do you want to continue charging ahead for any more foes?
I think I'm good. There's nothing left to charge.
Wonderful. And then she'll use her key to heal herself. Haven't had the chance to do this, but okay.
I walk back over to this statue, though.
Nah, she
You know,
could've-
they mentioned ghosts, but we've still only seen one, like, truly ghosty thing. The rest have been, like, fleshy and, like, bones.
Oh, we've only gone through about half of the cave so far.
True, and I'm gonna peek my head around here just to see what's on the other side where this thing came from.
I'll try to pick this statue up.
Okay. Go ahead and I guess give it a shot.
Zanashi, what are you doing?
I'm taking this with me.
Unfortunately, it is too heavy.
I don't think you are. I want to
need
take a
help.
look at this and start
I
seeing
want it.
what it's a statue of.
I want it. I need help. Somebody come help me carry this thing.
Have you not paid attention to the rest of us? None of us are strong enough to carry this.
What is with you and statues anyway?
Perhaps if I take the head. Stand back. I'm chopping its head off.
Oh god.
You really want to anger a god by chopping its head off.
One moment, please, and she'll attempt to heal her before she does anything rash. And gives her 9 HP.
And yeah, Modar does want to take a look at this and see if he can tell what it's a statue of.
Go ahead and give me a religion check.
That was almost a 12.
So with the bit of battered markings that Zanashi had left it with before this creature had appeared around the bend, This most closely resembles the goddess of death, Deanna.
Well, that makes sense.
And
Statue of the goddess of death.
I'm just going ahead and striking it, trying to sever the head.
Okay, give me your attack roll. Got. Well, would it be? It's a break. I don't know if that would consider attack roll.
Hmm?
So there's
He's-
like a chance to like break stuff, right? So and then like it's like the DC's this. I always just assumed it was the attack roll, but unfortunately that's not going to be a heavy enough strike to break it.
Does it look like it does anything to it though? Like, does it damage it?
Very little. Catch more reverb in your arms after you struck it than anything.
I'm gonna attempt one more time just to see if it looks like any kind of progress is made before I give up.
Okay.
Zanashi, if you're going to anger any god, a god of death is probably not, their goddess of death is not the one that you want to anger.
I am death. I'm not scared of death.
So you take off a tad more, not much more than your previous strike, but from the appearance of it, it would take you some time to whittle it down at this base.
I will be back.
Somewhere, wherever he may be, Jax is shivering just a little bit.
Why?
He praises Deanna.
Oh, makes me want to chop it off even more now.
So Modar's going to have his orbs follow us into this side of the cave.
I was just kind of watching that whole procession. Why would there be a statue to a goddess of death inside a mine?
What?
Well, I'm going to guess it has something to do with all the undead in here.
I mean, like,
Go ahead.
what was that? I put that together, but like, where did it come from, and why is it here?
I imagine that worshipping goddesses of death or any sort of misery is not well received within public eye, so they have to do it a little bit more private.
What is this?
So as you all enter this room, peering around, you see a large clump of crystals on both sides of the room. Each of them, all three, giving off a bit of a shimmering light from Modar's dancing lights as the blobs of fire dance above. And before you, Zanashi, you see a what appears to be a spike trap.
So, a pit trap?
The spikes just pierce through the ground. It is not a pit, it is a flat surface.
I walk over and look up and see. Is there anything on the ceiling above it?
Other than the spikes coming out of the ground, then, I mean, that is it. There's nothing above, and it appears to have been triggered, and then that's it. Before you, with the skeletons that are laying in there, you do see a few of them have a pickaxe in their hands, but you also see a quiver with some arrows, a bow, and also a longsword and shield.
I want to go look at the bodies, and I pick up the longsword and shield, and I look at it all. What is it all like? What are they made of? Just normal sword and shield? Do they look like?
Yep. The shield or the sword made of iron and a iron and wood shield.
I pick up the shield and say, I guess this isn't really your speed, Sanashi, is it? And set it back down.
No, it's not.
I look through whatever tattered remains of their clothing is left, and do I see any like coins or anything on the bodies?
You do spot a coin purse, like tucked underneath the little bits of the bone and kind of hidden away from one of the spikes. It doesn't seem very large, but you can see a few lumps in there.
I'll grab the coin purse. What kind of bow did you say it was?
I don't believe I did, but it is a short bow.
Okay. How many arrows are there? Oh,
8.
just kind of poke through the quiver. Okay.
By the way, Modar, I was taught throughout my whole life to fight like a servant, and well, I'm not really used to magic, but one of the things that I've learned is to conjure up globules of light like you do. So if you want, I'm not sure how spellcasting works for you, but I can focus on that spell while you substitute it for something else.
At the moment, understandable. I don't believe that's necessary at the moment. If you want, if you'd rather, you can have them. You can have the light up if you want. It doesn't matter. But if I need to, can you cast that instantly, or does it take some time for you to do that?
I believe I remember how to do it, and then she'll conjure up her hand across her arm to just throw out like 4 globules of shimmering white and blue globules of light next to the ones that he already put up.
All right.
I don't suppose it would be. Well, I think it'd be rather redundant for both of us to be able to do this.
Oh yes, well, in times like this, you can never have too much light, now can you? And I mean, I'll if she wants hers up, I'll pull mine down. I'm not gonna. So doesn't matter.
I didn't mean to make things awkward. I just.
Oh, all the help is welcome. It does allow me to concentrate on something else if need be.
Right, of course. That's what I was hoping for.
I look over at the crystals on the ground, or like on the walls there. Do they look like they're just kind of jutting out, or are they easily movable, or are they dug into the wall?
Well, they're quite dug into the wall, and then also the floor. You can see that the wall has been appears to be kind of chiseled around. These are just prime mining areas.
And
I see why these.
I wanted to
see why
take a
they're-
look around and see if there's a reason for this trap being here. Like, kind of look around, see if I can find a trigger to activate or deactivate them or anything like that.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check. It appears that the trigger is the wood floor itself that it is based on.
So it's just like a random wood floor in the middle of this dirt cave.
Correct.
Maybe they used to put like gems they were mining on it, and they used it to protect what they mined. I don't know.
It's a good theory.
So that's Yeah, so it's a 15. Sorry, I had to roll that d4 too separately.
It just appears to be some type of like mechanism. Perhaps like these two were just chased upon it and were killed accidentally. But when Togo does kind of mention that, it does seem that it could be used as a tool.
Uh, Um, I will. Yeah, there. And you said how many bodies are actually on there? Like 3, you said.
2.
Just the 2?
Zanashi, go ahead and give me your investigation check. From what you figure
Nothing.
or what you look at, it just appears the statue itself is emitting light.
Can I do either insight or investigation of how much force I thought would come out of these of this trap, and if I thought I could reset it?
Sure, you can go ahead and give me your investigation check.
Nope.
You're unsure.
Unsure. Okay.
Um,
Well, I don't.
Go ahead, man.
I say I am left utterly clueless by that. So let's move along and see what else this cave has in store for us.
Does this just look like a walled off section of this tunnel, or what am I looking at?
Yes, it appears to be a collapsed wall.
Oh, a collapsed wall.
Do I know if there's anything beyond it based on the map I saw?
Good question. Go ahead and give me just a base intelligence check at advantage. Yes. You know that there to be just a little bit of a path that does contain some more crystals and gems to mine.
all right, like this collapsed wall, is it like just a bunch of?
Just a bunch of rocks. Just seems that the ceiling collapsed and piled
Like-
up in the area.
How big are the rocks? Does it look like big boulder size or like smaller?
They're gonna vary in size. You can see some that are like the size of your fists, and then some that get up to about the half the size of a shield. But nothing that you can't move.
We should keep moving and beware of the purple mist.
Understood. Well, do we want to check what's beyond this wall here, or do we want to keep moving forward to the ship?
We could check what's beyond the wall just in case there's not something else like that behind it, and that someone didn't cave it in and it's just waiting for some unsuspecting miners to go looking for new mining spots. But I mean, I'm fine either way.
I will cast Mage Hand and try and use that to start moving some stuff around here and there. I can lift 10 pounds at a time with it. I'm going to make it as big as I can.
You're gonna lift what?
Try and start lifting and pulling like this collapsed wall here.
I'm just gonna grab a hold of a rock, and then I'm gonna fling it, but I'm flinging it at that statue.
As soon as Zanashi starts flinging rocks, Togo takes a couple steps back.
So, Zanashi, go ahead and give me an athletics check at advantage as like you're digging out the rocks, throwing them at the statue, and Modar is giving you a bit of a hand. All right. So from digging through it, you can start to see where the like a space leading through when as the light like appears and just shining a bit on one of the back walls. And then at that point, can you give me a perception check, Sanashi?
Did she throw a rock at the statue?
Yes, she did.
Nothing in the hole. It's empty.
Yep.
She Alicia sees the rock fly by past her face as she was walking towards the collapsed wall, and she goes, "Oh!" He gets startled.
And you will see the rock just shatter against the statue, Valencia. But it'll just take you roughly 10 to 15 minutes to make out enough room for you to squeeze through. You can definitely put Togo through quite early, but you,
Early.
well, he like is half your size, so you could just kind of like chuck him through there if you wanted to, or you can just spend the 30 minutes and clear it out for everybody.
Togo.
I'll
Come
pop
here.
through and see what's on the other side. No throwing of me, please. I can climb through. Thank you.
But Alencia, why don't you move one of those orbs through before he goes in?
She slowly guides them, tries to peer through it as well.
All right. So Togo, after the globules of light flow through, and you kind of just mosey on up and peer through, you see this odd, like, lizard-like creature scurry across the floor, and then begin to climb on the walls as it goes around the corner out of sight.
I see that, and I'm gonna crawl back through and say, uh, uh, hmm.
I don't think we want to mess with whatever's behind that wall.
I mean, we are technically getting paid to clear out the mine.
What? Nothing there, was there?
I have no idea whatever's beyond this wall. Truthfully,
You don't know what you saw, or you saw nothing?
I said I have no idea what's beyond this wall. But there was some kind of like lizard thing, but it kind of scurried away. So I don't know.
Maybe we should save it. Maybe it's trapped.
You can try and save it if you want, Zanashi. Maybe you can try and
Well-
keep it as a pet.
You want to help me, Alencia?
The way I see it is, we're using a lot of energy fighting the creatures here, and as long as they don't pose a threat right now, we could focus on fighting the ship and gather pots for it.
So you just want to leave the lizard people to die?
I doubt they are living to begin with.
Here's the
To
thing.
be fair, it didn't look dead.
Whatever is in here, we either if it was trapped in here by something else, we just released it, and if we move on, then it could come up from behind us. Trapped itself in there to hide, then it could be useful to clear the rest of this mine. And if it was smart enough to trap itself in there to avoid, it may have some intelligence.
I'm going to do my speak with animals. Spend the time, whatever I got to do it, and I'm going to shout through the hole. You're saved, lizard man, or lizard, whatever you are. We'll leave the hole for you to be able to come out when you choose. Goodbye.
To clarify, it's not an actual lizard. It's just a.
It could be a lizard.
I mean, if we wanted to spend an effort to save a single lizard, then I wouldn't blame you.
I like lizards.
I like
I
lizards
want to
too.
save it.
If that is your command.
All right. Well, after
Why do you
waiting
always go against what I want? When I want to kill something, you're trying to keep me from killing it. When I want to save something, you want to stop me from saving it. What the hell's wrong with you?
I don't know. And she'll begin helping out.
All right, so then we were all in agreement for the 10 minutes to pass for you to say that. Zanashi, you do not get any response.
That's fine. Okay, so now I'll walk away, feeling that at least I made a hole for it.
Also
Um,
walk away.
Once he's got that hole, I am going to communicate with my companion and have him fly through the hole. And I'm going to close my eyes and look through his eyes as he goes through here.
Okay. So, as you look through, you do notice there to be a small hole in the southwest end of the wall, but you also do notice around the corner there to be a blue and stone kind of like rock resembling a gem, a few of them in fact, and then also a chest.
Well, Zanashi, there is a chest in there.
What?
There looks to be a hole for the creature to go through, and there is some sort of a chest inside that room that you cleared.
How do you know this? You never left and went inside.
My friend told me, and when I say that, I will have that owl fly over and perch on my shoulder.
What do you have, an imaginary friend?
And you'll see the owl land on my shoulder there.
Which way does the hole go through the wall? Motor.
Southwest, he said. Southwest.
Okay, I guess we're going to have to clear it out more unless Togo wants to go in and check out what Modar thinks his friend saw.
I'm gonna start investigating down on this side of the wall over this way, like over around here, and start checking to see if there's another way out for the creature.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. As you look around and go from the north side down to the south, to eventually just running into the pile of rocks, but no exit.
Huh.
No exit or
weird.
entrance, I guess you could say.
We can begin
I'll make my
clearing
way back
these to gather the valuables that are inside, but please be aware of any ambush.
Do I need to make another athletics or anything to start clearing more?
If
I'll
you
hop
wanna
through
clear
and start
more,
trying
you
to
can.
push from the other side so they can get through more easier.
All right, and then with what you've kind of cleared it a bit easier, eventually making the path. Yeah, that's fine. Large enough for you to fit through.
Where did the lizard go?
I don't know, but do I see, or I'll kind of point to the hole and say, it has a way to get out apparently. Maybe it built the wall to keep the other thing out.
Where's the hole? I don't see it.
It's small, right there. And I'll point to whatever the hole that I saw on the southwest wall is.
Yep. Right near the chest, you'll see the hole.
Okay.
I'm gonna step up to the chest and try and open it.
I'm gonna peer through the hole with my dark vision.
All right. Lindsay, as you peer through, you can, as far as you can see, it just appears to be a small tunnel before it makes a right bend about 20 to 25 feet out, and then you can no longer see.
I'll keep watch here.
Do I think I could fit in the tunnel?
Oh no.
Okay. Like very small.
Yes. Go ahead and give me an investigation check for the chest. The chest is unlocked. Yep. Right? Yeah. Wanted to make sure I was in the right room. So, as you kind of look over this nice wooden chest, you can see a bit of red garment that was just kind of smushed into the creases, appearing to be quickly closed.
That's it.
Do you want to look inside? You gonna open it?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you. Yeah, I'm gonna look inside the chest. Do you want another investigation for that?
Nope. For now, as you open it, you begin to see a tongue. I'm just kidding. You see 4 red gems, about medium in size, and you would know these to be red garnets.
I'll kind of pull them out and toss one to everyone else.
Went ahead and linked it in the Discord chat to let you know the approximate worth and what it is.
We could start our own guild and wear these garnets.
I don't know if that's enough money to start our own guild, but besides, Modar's kind of already in one.
He could leave it.
Looking around, I don't see anything else in this room besides the chest there.
Correct. Nothing else. Just more mining spots.
And why would I want to leave my guild?
Because I'll keep my mouth shut so I don't upset you.
There's more to a guild than just gold, I promise you that.
Like what?
Well, knowledge for starters.
Knowledge of what?
Anything and everything.
I have all the knowledge I need.
You know, most people I would say that's wrong, but she might be right. I don't know what else she needs.
Well, when all you want to do is hit things, I suppose there's not much you need to know.
Bingo.
Start making my way back. About what time is it?
Well, you do feel it getting fairly late, needing to spend roughly a half hour to clear out that hole, and then a couple of additional moments for you to make enough room for the others to go through. Definitely know that it is getting, well, we'll just say very late at this point. You won't know the
Yeah.
exact time, obviously.
Do I need to make a saving throw?
No, at this point it would have dissipated enough.
Okay. Because I just was going to walk through if it was still there.
Oh, I know you would have.
So we can continue on to the other side if we want, or we have a couple days before the other party gets here. So we can potentially go in, sleep for the night, and then come back in the morning to try and continue on to the other side of this if we want.
The question is, do we want to be camping right outside of a mine that we know is filled with dead or undead? or just clear it out?
I mean, I was thinking we could move away from it. I did think about the that's not ideal, but
What happens if more creatures take up residence where we've cleared? I say we clear it now while we have the dead creatures reeling.
Well, I am out of key, which means I can't heal any of your wounds anymore.
do you think you'd be able to do that in the morning if you slept for a time, or would you need a longer period of rest to get some of the, or to be able to do that again?
I only need 4 hours of trance.
Uh, it's not a bad idea. If you guys want to go on, I'm fine to keep pushing on, but we may get to a point where we might want to call it a night and come back in the morning.
One night shouldn't be too hard. We've worked really hard to get here, and I'm proud of the progress we made.
All right.
See stairs?
Yes, Sanashi, you'll see stairs leading up the atop the stairs once it gets to the landing, and then following another roughly like 10-foot climb, you will see a slight green hue coming from atop the stairs.
Well, it looks like Zanashi is moving forward.
So,
Seems that way, doesn't it?
I walk right up next to it, and then I jump onto whatever it is.
I will, at this point, I'll look at my companion and tell him, all right, go ahead, and if there's anything ahead, come back and or warn us and come back. So I'm going to send him up here.
All right, Zanashi, go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Is this an effect? Because I have advantage on dex against effects that you can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
Yeah, you'll definitely see this.
Damn, I'm glad I had advantage.
All right. Going to just roll D's. All right. So as you step onto it, a bit of green smoke begins to emit, slowly at first, and then just seconds after, emitting and spraying across the walls and onto the stairs. You will take a total of 5 damage. And now with the rest of you up there, Valencia, can you give me a perception check? So you see this green spew come out from where Zanashi had climbed up the stairs, jumped, and landed. And where you see it begin to spray across the walls, you can see it trickling in and out of an engraving. I will reveal a bit more of the area for you, Zanashi.
Everybody's good. I triggered the green goo, so it won't hurt anybody else.
yeah, at no cost other than the stress to my heart. And I'll see if I can find another way up these, like wooden stairs. Is it? Is it like?
Correct. You see, like, it's kind of supported with a few columns. It's about 20 foot up, There is no other way up. Zanashi, as you come around the corner, you will see a chest tucked in behind a pillar and pressed up against the wall.
I immediately try to open it.
All right.
Discreetly.
You attempt to open it, but you find it to be locked.
There's an actual lock on it.
There appears to be a key that goes with it.
Okay. So there's not an actual lock on the outside. It's just built into it.
Yes.
I try to pick it up.
All right. Let me just check something. Yeah. I mean, you'll notice that it's made of iron. It's got a bit of weight to it, but you can easily do so.
Okay, I pick it up, I turn around, and just in front of Alencia, but to the left of the familiar, I throw it to the floor down there, to the ground.
All right. Just do this.
See if you can open that, Alencia.
And as Alincia, you hear this, you see just a glimpse of Zanashi throwing this box at you. It appears that it's going right in your direction, but you're able to determine that it is definitely going to miss. It hits the wall, letting out a big thud as it echoes through the mines. Hits the ground, and you can hear a bit of clinking inside.
I hope there's nothing breakable in it.
Yeah.
Hey, Sanashi, let's refrain from throwing possibly valuable items.
I'll go look at the chest and see if it's still whole or if it broke or if it's still mostly together.
Oh, it's still together. As you
Okay.
look at it, you notice it to be a pretty well built iron chest.
I'm gonna. Do I see any? Is there anything else in this room? Any like bodies or anything like that?
Other than a bit of the skeletal remains, most of them being along on the stairs, and the iron chest that was thrown, no. That is it.
Hey, are we taking a break tonight? Oh, it's
Yeah,
not even halfway
yeah,
down.
we're almost there.
I forgot that 8:30 is not halfway on this one.
Facts.
I thought we'd been playing for longer than an hour and 20 minutes.
Togo, at this point, you will begin to see a bit of a purple hue coming from your northeast.
Does it remind me of the blue hue I saw earlier or the kind of purple haze of that gas from earlier?
It more reminds you just from the uh, dimness of the light, um, the stone statue that was giving off the golden glow.
Walk up and kind of walk into the area up here.
So before you see a stone statue, this one emitting a purple light.
Huh.
Statue.
Looking at it, do I know what it's to?
You can go ahead and give me a religion check at advantage at this point. All right. So comparing it to the other one after Modar had pointed out his findings, this one is very the same in appearance as the other one, just this one only giving off a purple light. And this is a statue of Deanna.
Huh. I wonder
Same.
why they glow differently.
I'm going to take my axe and just kind of tap it a little bit just to see if it seems like it's the same strength as the other one.
It appears to be.
Ah, waste of time to try to chop this head off.
And other than that, you do see a broken down cart to your north side, more mining area.
What about to my northeast?
Just adjusting a couple things. 1 second.
That means he's moving tokens.
Maybe, maybe not.
Charge!
You don't know me.
You don't know my life.
And it should be about it. You do have the lights, actually. So, from the lights, you can see this. Can you go ahead and make me a perception check, Zanashi?
It's my specialty. Nat 1.
All right.
I see nothing. I can't even see dead people.
I'm gonna walk up and follow Zanashi, and I will pass by the statue if that does anything. But
You do not feel anything.
okay.
You can go ahead and give me a perception check, Togo. And then, are you looking through the eyes, or are you just sending him there?
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna stand over here and look through the eyes, before sending him,
Okay,
before
go ahead
moving
and give
much
me a
further.
perception check. Got it. Togo, from your check in this room, you will see, someone or something, will say, has engraved into the walls, what appears to be, figures. In this room, you see a fountain that sits in the center of a room, and coffins surrounding it. The next thing you see, following in the sequence, is a creature emerging from the center of the fountain, and also creatures emerging from the coffins themselves. Modar, from your perception check in this area, you see a slight red glow engraved into the wall of this creature standing in the middle of a fountain, surrounded by what appear to be dead humanoids.
I'm gonna call back over. Hey Modar, come get a look at this. I want to get your take on something.
Okay, I'll snap out of my thing and start moving up here to him.
And I'll point out the carvings on the wall of the fountain in the midst of a room with the coffins among them and all that jazz. You have any idea what this is?
Do I recognize it from anything that I've ever read or anything of that nature?
Unfortunately, no. Valencia, can you give me a perception check?
Yeah.
Man, I feel so glad I'm playing a character that can actually see.
Must feel good.
I guess it was a disadvantage for some reason.
I mean, unless you toggled it, but no, it wouldn't have been a disadvantage.
I guess I hit the right arrow key or something. Yeah.
You catch a glimpse, as you move past the statue, um, a bit of a shine catches your eye. You're not sure what it is or what it was, but something caught your eye.
Like ahead of me or past or statue
As you
itself?
pass the statue, like it was coming from the statue.
I'll I'll try to keep one eye on the passageway and I get closer to the statue.
Well, there are more carvings on the walls in the room to the south, similar to this, of things a little bit different, but these carvings on the wall do seem to be doing something.
Or depicting something, but how dead are these bodies? Like, how decayed are they? Are they just skeletons? Are they like? Is this something that happened? Like all these bodies, some people that died years ago?
Go ahead and give me a medicine check. Glad you finally asked. These people seem to be dead for quite a while. It seems years upon years.
Did they just find this cave? Like, why were they mining here? Is this like an ancestral cave they go to every like decade to mine? Who were these people we met?
It's hard to say. I mean, they seem to be explorers such as ourselves. Who knows? Maybe they ran across information about this cave, so they were coming to check it out.
Because like this stuff seems like it's been here for a while, right? Can I do an investigation on how long I think these carvings have been here? If they're relatively fresh-ish or if they're older?
Yes, go ahead and give me an investigation check. These, in particular, carvings here appear to be over thousands of years old. You can see that it's a bit, like, what's the eroded away in some spots, but still stone, so it's holding well.
Well, if this has all been here for a long time, then there may be some hope that this ship at the end of this tunnel is what we're looking for.
It's the right time frame because it's been at least 1,000 years, is what he said. So if this is something that's been there for a long time, and this cave is that age frame, we might be on the right track.
I would be careful though. This depict the bodies. So this is a picture on the wall of bodies coming out of a well, correct?
It is a body coming out of the well and others coming out of the coffins that surround it.
Hmm. Man, just so you guys know, this is now known as Death Cave in my notes. I'm gonna head back over by Alencia and see what she's looking at.
Well, as you make your way back around, Alencia just seems to be examining this statue that you had made your way past. But at this point, we'll go ahead and just take a small break and be back in 5 minutes as we see exactly what Alencia is attempting to figure out. So, with that, we'll be right back in just about 5 minutes, and then we will get back into our story.
Sounds good.
See you all shortly. All right, and we're back. So, Alencia, what are you doing, if anything, at the moment with this statue here?
Trying to figure out what that glint was. Where it came from.
Well, as you take a look around, you do not see anything that could have given that glint.
I thought I saw something. I don't like the feeling of these statues.
I definitely agree. I am not a huge fan of these guys.
I'm also not a huge fan of attempting to desecrate statues of supposedly a goddess of death.
You know, I'll agree that does not sound like a brilliant idea.
I will follow Alencia with the lights.
Yep.
So as you look through, you just see a long tunnel, one that does go off to your south west, appearing to end in a dead end. You do see quite an old cart and a few dead skeletons. Not just dead, but just skeletons.
Wait, they're alive skeletons?
No, just regular ones. You're fine. You're safe. Don't worry about it.
I don't
Alencia,
think we are.
from this side, you will see Zanashi as the lights begin to fill the room. At that point, can each of you give, well, everyone except for Togo, give me a perception check. So, as the light fills the room, you can see that these engravings along the wall continue. Down on, well, over on your end, Zanashi, you will see the creature in the middle that had come out of the fountain standing forth as the others are moving towards it. And over on your end, Alencia and Modar, you can see along the wall that runs along your south end has the creature's couple dead laying on the side, and the creature just beginning to emit a bit of red.
What is this about?
Well, it looks to be some sort of creature. In the other room, it was rising out of a well, and the bodies rising from coffins, and down here, it's the creatures rising from the fountain, and the other bodies standing around it here. I would assume it's hard to say exactly, but some sort of a necromancer of some sort. I'm assuming I know about necromancy. Do I need to make a roll for that or not?
You can give me just a base intelligence check. And Togo, to answer your question, I mean, I can go ahead and send it to the descriptions.
Okay, and I figured we'll have a number of them over the course of the night, so like instead of doing one at a time just for my notes' sake, you can just
Oh, well, it's about to make a lot more sense here. Modar, with that check, you will know that this does have a bit to deal with the necromancy, like that side of the arts, with and dealing with the arcane. But you would also know that whatever this is seems to be telling a story, but you are missing one piece of information.
I'm missing something, but I can't quite figure out what it is that I'm missing.
I mean, you can pretty much assume it has to deal with the story that's been
Alencia
inscribed on the wall.
rushes over to stop Zanashi.
Well, Alencia, I will say, as you make your way over here, you can see a hue red coming from the south hall.
Zanashi, wait.
Why?
Those depictions on the wall seem to resemble necromancy. And if those depictions are accurate, there is something lying in wait that is far more dangerous than we can comprehend. So I recommend that if we are to proceed, that we do so cautiously.
When do you ever know me to proceed with caution or to be afraid of anything?
I don't, but I implore you to do so now.
And Zanashi, think of it as tactics, not fear.
Are you yelling at me, Modar?
We also
I'm-
need to be together.
I'm gonna point at Zanashi. I'm gonna
He's
point at
a ways
Zanashi.
across there, man.
I'm gonna point at Zanashi, and in your mind, all you hear is, "Why would I need to yell?"
What the hell? I'm reading his thoughts again.
Nashi, please. I'm saying this because I don't want anyone to get hurt. Again.
In Zanashi's mind, I'm gonna put the thought, where's Togo with the messenger spell? It'll sound like I said it.
I mean, do you guys ever see me to do it?
Nope.
No, you just got to know the general direction that you're in.
You can cast this through solid objects if you're familiar with the target and know it's beyond the barrier.
And what'd you tell me?
Where's Togo? Just a simple question in your head.
Why would Togo want to know where the hell he's at? Makes no sense.
What are you talking about?
Togo's over thinking about where Togo's at.
That doesn't
I
sound
can-
like Togo.
I can read his mind.
This could be part of the necromancy that I was mentioning. Please.
I've read his mind before.
Do I hear this as I'm walking up?
Yes, you do. And at that point, can you give me a perception check?
Perception. 14.
You see one more part of the engraving along the wall, just to your southeast. The creatures moving that came out of the coffins, moving towards the center, getting closer, and it appears that some are being ripped apart.
The creature or the
ones
undead
that came,
around it?
The ones that came out of the coffins.
Oh.
As they get closer to the center, they appear to be being ripped apart.
I don't know if the creature's a good thing or a bad thing then, if we're having undead being ripped apart by the creature in the center.
Beyond this pathway, it is a singular path that leads to the end of the cave, so I suggest before moving out that we rest outside.
What'd you say?
She doesn't respond.
I would be careful if we see another one of those statues and it's glowing red. I fear that either will be the most dangerous one or a helpful statue.
Why is it dangerous?
I don't know, but all of the creatures in the center of these depictions on the walls, the creature in the middle has always been glowing red. So if we find a statue that's also glowing red, we've seen two separate colors, gold and purple, both of which are colors we could get from the gems inside this cave with the blue and the red together. And the gold can come from the golden gems or the light yellow gems. It makes sense that we may find either a blue or a red statue in here, though, if they were using the crystals to make the statues.
I'm thinking like the statues when we saw them, did they look like they were carved out of stone, correct, or did they look like they were carved out of gems?
The statues are carved out of stone.
Okay.
Well, I could send my friend ahead and see what's up ahead.
That's a good idea.
I could just go and tell you all.
Or that.
I could telepathically tell you what's going on. I know it'll work with Modar and Togo, but so far I haven't been able to read Alencia's mind. Perhaps
We
because
need a
she's an
message
elf.
to Zanashi and say, there's no way he can do that. Or she can do that.
I prefer to keep my thoughts private in the first place.
What makes you think you could send a message to us telepathically?
Because I can hear y'all's thoughts. I have ESP.
But how does that put the thoughts in our head? I've never heard you in my head except for when you're talking.
That's because I haven't tried.
Fair enough, fair enough. That's a valid point.
I don't think it quite works that way, Zanashi.
Well, Alencia, as you moved forward and the dancing lights begin to fill the room, you will see a couple of coffins opened. Little bits of skeletal remains are still inside the coffins. And in the center of the room, you will see a fountain giving off a light red hue.
Well, that's not creepy.
We were warned about this. Please.
To be fair, the creature in the store or in the depictions was destroying the undead.
Yes, we've yet to determine whether the undead were good or evil. It's hard to say what's good and what's evil in something like this.
I can
I'm
determine
pretty
it based
firmly
on
in the undead are bad.
that we fought so far.
Whether I am a bit thirsty, there's water in the fountain.
I'd take out my water skin and pass it to her.
I give up.
I would not drink from that fountain, Zanashi.
Why would you want cave water from a fountain that's probably got like bones and stuff? It'll probably taste terrible. That's just being unpractical.
Find out.
It could make you live forever too, so you never know.
As each of you move forward, you can hear quite a bit of running water. And it is not coming from the fountain. It is coming from your south end, Togo, where you see a bit of water just past these collapsed rocks in this wall.
I'm gonna look at the fountain. I'm not gonna actually touch it, but just gonna come up to it and inspect the fountain and see if it's just a normal fountain in the middle of a death cave in the middle of a zombie-infested shrine to an undead goddess.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check. Well, other than it glowing red, you will notice that the figurine on the top is resembling that of a humanoid, and you can also notice that it has what appear to be a couple of fangs protruding from its lips as it hangs over its bottom lip. And as Modar, you step forward, each of you will notice this figurine begin to shift.
I take my battle axe or great axe and I swing it at that damn figurine.
Okay,
While I'm
go ahead and give me an attack roll.
While I was looking at it, did I notice any resemblance to the statues before, or
No, this
Is it-
one looked a bit different. In fact, it actually looks closer to who you would remember to be Horiadol Hiza. And Zanashi, as you take a swing at it, you connect with it quite solidly, and you see this figurine kind of just shatter as you send remnants of it across the way. A few of it drip down into the fountain water below, giving off a bit of ripple, but then quickly dissipate as it falls below, being quite a bit of a blurry and dirty water. Will kind of obscure your vision a tad bit. But as it shatters, you will hear what sounds to be a gust of wind as it passes, ruffling each of your hair, and Modar blowing the hood of your cloak back just a tad. And then you will see this creature begin to appear. As it does, you will notice it resembles Horiadol Hiza in just a bit of resemblance before it turns completely gray. Red eyes glare across the room, adding to this red hue that fills it, and the gray skin all the way from head to toe.
I jump up on the fountain and try to swing at it.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative first and see how this goes.
What did you? It resembled what? Had a resemblance to something. You said I missed what it had a resemblance to.
Isla or somebody that I think we know.
Yep, Horiadol Hiza, who you were speaking to back at the village and who had directed you here.
Boo.
Okay, it's a Jarodel.
Correct.
Okay.
Sanasi tried to hook me up with her. That is so fun.
It's because Zanashi knew something was up with her.
Yeah, she's very insightful.
You knew
I
she
feel.
was. You knew she was dying to get to know you.
The drowned
might
and
wanna-
unfit mistress. Match made
That
in
she
heaven.
might want a bite of you.
Okay, so is it my turn first then? Or are you still doing something, Kyle?
Still adding stuff. And then I wanted to make sure I got the music ready for all you lovely folks. Oops. You guys ran into this a little bit quicker than I thought you would. I thought, Zanashi might hit the brakes there for a second. But I was wrong.
Nope.
Yeah, I thought we would all hit the bricks and go rest.
I think you're the only one at this point that a rest is going to help.
Yeah, obviously.
And Zanashi didn't care. Yeah, I know. I got you.
You
I
guys
mean,
don't
like,
want-
hit
need
die are
help, then
nice, but
fine, sure.
Zanashi's out of rage at this point, so she doesn't care.
Yeah, it would be a shame if she ran out without resting.
she gets us
Resting's
back on a
not-
long rest anyways.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, she doesn't get it back on a short rest. Yeah, so yeah, resting doesn't do her any good.
I guess so.
All right, so
But on that note, it's still, to me, it's kind of meta to always, we're out of shit, let's go rest. We're out of shit, let's go rest. I mean, realistically,
Well,
you're doing all this. I mean, you might as well just complete the crap. I mean, because as a DM, if we were to all leave, he could just repopulate the damn place with more creatures.
Oh no, absolutely, I get that. Well, I don't really consider
That doesn't
like
make sense to me.
yeah, it wouldn't be. It would only be meta like if you when you're exhausted. Like not being able to use rage again would just be the equivalent to being exhausted. You know, like you can understand how much, like whether you're tired or not, and you don't have your powers, or like when you're out of magic, like you can feel the drain. For me, I can feel the drain on my body when I don't have any like magic available to me.
Yeah.
That's how I perceive it to be at least.
Yeah.
Valencia warned you all that she's unable to heal, so that's kind of what she was concerned about most.
well, nonetheless, it's too late now, and just as Modar entered the area, and Zanashi had struck this like figurine like thing that was atop the fountain, and once this creature appeared, you will see these bones beginning to form, take shape as flesh begins to cover them. And as they do, you will see these zombies begin to raise out of the grave. And so far, 3 have popped up. Zanashi.
I jump up on a fountain and go to the other side to get a better strategical position.
Oh, now we implement
I was
that.
about to say, with
Okay, sure.
Zanashi attack with
That sounds
strategy.
great. A great idea.
I'm not raging. I'm not foaming at the mouth.
That's fair. That's fair.
Strategy. Okay.
And that is my turn.
All right, so after you strike it, you can see it pierce into the enemy, but no blood emits from the creature, and the wound does not appear to have cut as deep as you may have anticipated.
Also, I am still down to 2 strength, right?
Correct.
Okay.
No rest necessary.
And with that, you'll see these other coffins that line the room begin to have more of the undead rise from them. Then we'll move to Togo.
Seeing her pop out in front of me, I will start muttering under my breath and cast Dissonant Whispers on her. At a 2nd level.
All right, what one's that?
The
Saving
DC 15 Wisdom save on her.
Wisdom save. All right. Is it 13?
Yeah. Must use her reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows away from me, and the creature does not move into obvious dangerous ground such as fire or pit. And yeah. I don't
Alright.
think she becomes afraid of me though. No, she does not. She just runs away from me for this turn.
And that's as far as she can get.
Opportunity attack?
I don't believe it is on the forced movement.
I
but
think
I
it is on
it's-
this because she
Yeah, I
gets
was
to
gonna say, but I
choose,
think
but
that
not on like.
if it's gonna make her move away from you, I don't. But I think last time we researched it, I don't think it applied to this.
I thought it applied to this, but not to like a blowback.
Yeah.
Was what we
Yeah.
decided.
That's right. That's right. All right. So
And do I get one on her as well as a reaction, or
I think just don't the reactions. No, they don't have to not be on your turn. Yeah, we can go ahead and take a hit.
some?
Nice.
Oh, look at that.
2 natural 20s.
Okay, so I got what's that? It didn't total up that top, did it?
Oh, and then a max damage from Togo. I think it already added your D12 to it.
Well, it added the first one, but not the extra, because he gets an extra one because of his thing.
Yeah,
so.
if you hover over it, the first one's the 12 plus a 4. He rolled an 8, and then the 4 is a 12. And then the 6 is a D12. You rolled a 6, and then the 2 is a D12.
Yeah, maybe it is adding it already.
We'll have to look into it.
Is that rapier damage correct?
I don't think it rolled it as a
Yeah.
critical. It just rolled max damage on the rapier. It's one more
Yeah.
D8, right?
Just one more D8, correct.
I'll just roll a D8.
Alright. So each of you, as it begins to flee, strike this creature, cutting into it a little bit deeper, finding us a bit of vulnerabilities as it flees away.
And that'll be my turn.
Alright. And before this one goes, you'll see another zombie appear from one of the coffins. And then we'll move over towards the undead and sink its fangs into the creature.
Oh, I know what this bitch is doing.
Right? And as it, you see this zombie, as soon as it appears, begin to perish. This creature will begin to grow a little bit more the color of a beige tone as you see some of the wounds heal over. And then as it bares its fangs at you, Togo, it will begin to rush towards you. And then attempt to strike you with its claw. That'll be a 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. So, instead of dealing the damage, this creature will grapple you, and you will need to use an athletics check on as an action to escape, if you wish.
Okay.
But you are grappled, so just basically your speed is 0, and also that's pretty much it.
I get disadvantage on attacks, right?
It doesn't
Like
say,
melee.
no, it's not incapacitated like that. You can still like kind of struggle, I guess, and attack. It says basically like grappled. The condition ends if the grappler becomes incapacitated, and the condition also ends if the effect is removed. Or
Okay.
you can like hurl him away. But basically for you, you're just speed is 0, and you can't affect from any bonus to your speed. That's all. Grappling's not that strong. Modar.
All right.
I am going to try and cast Hold Person on this creature.
All right. Wisdom saving throw. And that is a 3. And I do believe this would still work. Yeah. And the target, I believe, is now paralyzed for the duration of your spell. So for 1 minute. Togo, you are free. Did it for your turn, Modar?
And I am going to move back here.
All right.
And yeah, that's gonna be my turn.
So Togo, just almost as soon as you become like within the grasp of this creature, you'll feel the grip loosen just a bit, and then the creature is still.
And I'm going to holler all of them like, take it down and get this thing off my back now.
Before Alencia, you're able to react. Yet another undead emerges from the coffin, and then it is your turn.
She'll immediately swing at this undead's neck.
And that is enough to bring it down. How'd you like to do it?
Well, after recognizing Yaradel, she'll kind of mournfully sigh, and then, without looking, just swings in an arc towards her right to lop off this zombie and head to protect Modar. Kneeing it against the wall.
All right, is that it for your turn?
20.
Oh, I was hoping he'd miss. I'm just kidding. 20 is a hit. And this one bounces off the wall, but is still standing.
Man, if only I had key. Alright, that's my turn.
Right? And this one will just begin making its way over towards what emerged from the fountain, provoking an opportunity attack from both of you. And you, Togo.
I will let them take their action. I used my reaction.
Oh, yes, you did. Good call.
So that would be an unarmed strike for me.
I believe unless you have.
Or
like,
I do have my quarter. I have my quarterstaff in my hand.
Yeah, you should use your reaction.
Yeah, unless you got any feats. That 22 will hit.
That did no damage.
Three. That's not enough to take it down, but it is looking pretty beat up.
I'll not use my reaction.
All right. Well, then that'll be it for that. This one is dead, and we'll move to the next one. And then this one will move by you, Zanashi, if you'd like to take your opportunity attack.
I think I already did.
Oh, yes, you did as well. That's correct.
Wait a minute, this is a new round.
Yes. Now it is.
Oh.
Yes.
So, yep, it's a new round. Never mind. So I do
Wait.
get opportunity attack.
Don't you get your reactions on the start of your turn, or
Oh yeah,
Or
it
is
is
it-
on the start of your turn.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's still your turn. So,
I move up, and that one just passed me. I'm about to bash it in.
all right, roll to hit. I believe the 14 is enough to hit. Yes. And it is looking pretty wounded as you sink in the elf mutilator into its skull, piercing its head, but it is still holding on.
And that's my turn.
This one will move to here. This one will move down. And Togo.
Are they all attacking her?
They do not seem to be attacking her.
I would assume they're getting in position so she can leech their lives to keep her alive.
That's what I was assuming if they weren't attacking her. I am going to continue stabbing her.
As soon as I see all this, I'm gonna look at everybody. I'm like, back away from them if you can get away.
Okay, I'm then going to stab the one down below her. The one next to Zanashi.
Okay.
With my rapier.
The 24 will hit.
Damage. Nice.
And just enough to take it down.
And I'm gonna move up out of the way to there.
All right. Anything else?
That'll be my turn.
All right. This one, seeing that one fall, will take its place. And then that is it. And I believe she is just paralyzed for 1 minute. There's no resaves at the end of each of its turn. Okay, it can. So, and that is an 11. So still paralyzed. Modar, it's your turn.
Modar is going to move down here. And I am going to cast Burning Hands at level 2. How do I draw the cone on here? Can I draw a cone, or just we gotta kind of eyeball it?
Just eyeball
So-
it.
Because I want to get as many as possible. I can't. Can I come down to here or not? Can I stand there or not?
Yeah, I mean, it just like standing like a foot on the fountain. You don't have to like necessarily balance too much. And then setting out
Alright.
the cone, it will hit pretty much all of them. And
Cool.
you will not cover Zanashi enough to hurt her.
Yeah, that's basically. I'm trying to get myself in a position where I can hit as many of them as possible and not hit Zanashi or Togo.
Yep, that's a good spot.
All right.
But you hit Alencia.
Yep. You shoot the wrong way. Haha. So we'll do from the left, like the first column, we'll go up. We'll do the top, bottom, and then the third. We'll do that one as well. So.
All right.
first
Sorry.
one-
I hit it twice. Sorry. The first one. Yeah.
No
Sorry.
problem. The first two are a 13 and a 9, so they'll both fail. And then for the column with 3, that is a 9 and another 13, so those are both fails. And then the last one is a 8.
I was gonna say, can you pass a dex save if you're paralyzed?
No, but I'm gonna roll it anyways.
Fair enough.
So those are all fails.
Sweet, so that's 15 damage. It's not the best cast ever, but
Well, it is enough
it's-
to not just burn 1, but 2, 3, and 4 of their lives. And as those ones fall, as they become scorched within the flames, you can see you deal a decent amount of damage to the creature in the center.
Wait, she didn't kill the one that she sucked the life from earlier, did she?
No, she was paralyzed.
Well, she sucked the life out of it, and then she came over to attack me.
Correct.
Okay. But it didn't die when she sucked the life out of it.
No,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna move back here.
but now it's dead.
And that will be the end of my turn.
Just, I'm sure you're familiar with them, but they, undead like this get to make like a save and can come back to 1 health.
Okay.
Yep.
I wasn't sure if it was her, if there was you were doing an interaction between them, or they just had that.
And then that'll be it for that. It will provoke an opportunity attack from you, Modar. You can strike with your quarterstaff if you like.
Absolutely, why not?
An effective turn, Modor.
Yes, very effective. 17 will hit. Well, damn, your one-handed did more damage than your 2.
Well, I figure I've been using cinematic and stuff, so I'm going with one hand, unless you tell me I can do 2 as a reaction. I figure I've got my staff in one hand, and also because I've been doing spells and stuff.
Yeah, just
so.
after casting the spell, I'd definitely imagine one hand. But you do hit it, knocking off a piece of flesh and then seeing it kind of fall into the fountain and it slowly dissipate as soon as it touches the water. And then that'll be the end of that one's turn. Alencia.
She will just slash at Eurodel. Does paralyze mean like it's an auto crit, but it doesn't really give you advantage, right?
I think it gives you advantage to the strike and then makes it crit if you hit. Paralyzed creature can't move. It's automatically fails strength and save. Attack rolls have advantage, and any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit. So yeah, it is an advantage and a crit if you hit.
How about that?
Yeah, whole person's super good. Just doesn't work on animals. 26 is a hit.
Oh, well, I guess I should have just rolled an extra d6 instead of rolling it twice. So that's 15.
Plus 7 is 22, and then doubling the damage dice from that as well is 34.
Okay.
Nice
And
strike.
then I'll hit. I'll just straight up Street Fighter punch this zombie right in the face.
All right. And the 20 will hit for 7, and that one falls.
And my fist. Oh, sorry, one sec.
Think someone knocked at the door? I'm not sure of what just happened.
Yeah, I think he had something happening. Yeah.
Alright, so we'll just give him a moment. I will say, as each of you are killing these undead quite rapidly, you can see the red light diminishing almost as fast as these undead are falling. Still giving off a bit of a hue, but not filling the room quite as it had done before.
Anyway, after that rude interruption, yeah, my fist goes straight through this zombie's skull. That's it.
And then that moves us to Zanashi. Right? No. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I deleted a bunch. So now the turn order seems weird. $20 will hit. Nice damage.
That's it for me.
Togo. Zanashi just
And I
struck
get
it with the Elf
advantage.
Mutilator. Yes, so
Just
she's-
because it's
yes, just because it's paralyzed. You'll be at disadvantage
That is-
for the crossbow, though.
I was not meant at the cross.
Yes, you did.
There we
Don't
go.
lie to me. 23. That's a hit.
And damage.
Wait, did you guys... That's not a crit against the damage there, Zanashi, so I need another D12 from you.
You need 2 d12s because she gets an extra one on a crit.
I think that
What?
only rolls if she rolls a 19 or a 20.
Oh, is that what it is? All right.
Oh, I have to roll another d12.
Yeah, because it's an auto crit.
It's an auto crit because the creature's paralyzed. So that's...
You can ignore the second one. I double clicked on that, but
That's the verbiage for that one thing, though. By the way,
Oh, yeah, so you'll need to add another one then. I thought it was just on a 19 or 20. Perfect.
That's a different one. That's a different
Got it. So
feat.
shit, that is what a total of 33 overall from you, Zanashi. It's a mighty
Hmm?
strike.
oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And then Togo, yours is a total of 22. Nice.
the second 11 isn't actually 11. It's 17.
Oh, thank you.
I was
Still,
realizing I
17,
could-
not too bad. And this creature is looking pretty weakened. Still paralyzed from Modar's spell, and you are whittling it down. Anything else, Togo?
That'll be it.
Modar.
Modar is going to take a step over here. Look at this thing, and do you have anything to say for yourself before we kill you? And I'll wait for a moment to see if there's anything that comes out of its mouth, or if it says anything. And if it doesn't, then I am firing a level 1 magic missile at it.
All right, go ahead and roll me the damage.
Sorry, I'm looking for it here.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I'm gonna be right back because I feel like I'm gonna be bothered again. So.
No problem. And then that is a total. Okay, I did add it all correctly. So 11. Nice. And as these bolts strike it, you can see it leaving gaping holes as it pierced right through it. And there you just see nothing flowing in between. Anything
Alright.
else?
Nope, that's it for my turn.
All right, a wisdom saving throw at the end of the turn. Well, this thing is effed. That is a 4 on the save. So we will move to Alencia, who said she'll be right back. So we will just go to you, Zanashi.
God.
We have advantage, yeah, we do.
Yep, still paralyzed. 19 hits.
And it is an auto crit, you said?
Yes.
Yep, still an auto crit.
Oh, man. look
Oh,
at that
not
low ass
nearly
roll.
as much as last time, but I guess it balances itself out.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, this is enough to take it down. So anything you'd like to add?
I'm going to come across just below the armpit from behind it with my great axe and try to sever it there. Cut in until it reaches the heart.
And you do that. And as you slice through it, you'll see this creature begin to just fall to dust as it hits the ground. And as the echoes of battle cease to echo through the area, the running water that you hear to the south begins to fill the room once more.
So, did anyone else notice that spike-toothed, pale lady looked like the one who sent us here?
Yes.
Yes, that definitely did pop into my mind there. Like it looked like a relative of her, or it looked like her.
It just looked like her.
That's more than a little disturbing. Huh. I'm gonna just kind of as a test take out my water skin and drip some water onto the top of her head.
Well, the dust that remains, it just gets a bit wet, and that's pretty much it.
I'm gonna start looking around, and there's no more carvings or anything.
No, not in this room, and you will see the red light still emitting a bit, but not being even half the strength it was when you had first arrived into the room.
I'm gonna go and look and see if there's anything on her. I'm assuming she just has claws and claws and fangs.
She's just turned to dust.
Oh, okay, sorry, I missed that.
No problem.
But there's nothing in her pile of dust.
Nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna walk over to this coffin here and take a look and see if there's anything in the coffin.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check. Other than missing a few bones, you pretty much find a intact skeleton. And then that is it.
Very interesting. I mean, I have a D4 I can roll to add on top of that. Is there any reason to do that or not?
No, sir.
All right. Well, nothing crazy inside of that coffin. Togo, what do you see down there?
It looks like some water. Step forward, kind of looking around. Here, Alencia, move the light down here some more and let me see if I can get a better view.
Thinks you might still be AFK, so the light will move forward. And you will see a room extending as far as you can look around the corner and towards the back wall, filled with water. Rocks crumbled beneath your feet, some even falling beneath the surface. And from the looks of the rocks, it appears to get deeper and deeper as it progresses.
I'm gonna call my my friend and say, "Go fly over this water, see what's on the other side." Then I am going to come to the wall, put my hand on the wall, and start looking through her eyes as she flies around.
So inside, as far as the owl can see towards the back, which will be about roughly this location, you will see the remnants of a bow of a ship. Half of it submerged underneath the water. You will see little bits of ship remnants floating amongst the water as well.
Ever start flying over a little bit further. And I'll start, like, there is a ship down there. It sunk under the water. Part of it is, at least.
Does it have any of the, like, traits that, what's his name? Dang it, what is that guy's name?
Back.
Beck
Oh, the
was
guy that's
talking about. Yeah.
I don't. You
Or
tell me. Does
Rill.
it look like a basically, I'm looking to see if this looks like it might be a flying ship or a regular ship. Yeah. If there's anything that makes me think it may
As
be.
far as you can tell from the eyes, it just appears to be a regular ship. But
So far,
no ceiling or not no ceiling. I'm sorry, like no path in or out other than this collapsed wall that from which you're standing with Modar.
How deep does it look?
It appears to get deeper and deeper as you move forward. The first couple steps only being about like 2 to 4 foot, and then getting deeper from there.
Only
and
2 to 4.
my my owl's gonna just keep kind of flying around, checking out the rest of the cavern, looking, and I'm telepathically telling him, look for a way in or a way out. Let's see where this water goes.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. So you do not see an exit. You just see where it ends.
Oh, wait, keen hearing. The owl has advantage on wisdom, perception,
Okay,
attacks,
yeah,
or
go ahead and give me the advantage roll.
sight.
Better. You only see where it ends, but you also see 2 chests under the water towards the back end of the cave.
Go closer to those chests. Let's see if we can get an idea of how deep they are. And I'll have him swim down closer, like get closer to the water to see if we can get a idea as to the depth there, whether it seems very super deep or
Seems roughly
relative.
20 to 25 foot deep.
Well, there are some. I don't see a way in or out, and it looks like it's 20 or 20 plus feet deep down there. So
I mean, we wouldn't actually be able to pick the chests up, but if they're locked, we're kind of SOL with them anyways.
And I'm going to tell them to land on this ship here.
So with your owl's just like passive perception, you can see just underneath where the water begins to cover the deck of the ship, a hatch is just below the surface.
There is a hatch to the ship here.
You want to go investigate the ship motor?
Well, I mean, it looks like in order to do that, we will have to get wet.
That's fine. It's only 30 feet.
I don't mind. Alencia takes off her coat and belongings to go swim.
Zanashi, have any fears of water?
Of course not.
I'm gonna try and swim out to the actual boat. Also, what do you guys mean it doesn't get deep quick? It's already up to my head the first 5 feet. Do you want an athletics check or something for that, or?
No, as long as you don't have too much weight on your person, you can, I would imagine at least being able to slightly doggy paddle. I've been thinking of adding skills like swimming and stuff and having like custom character sheets, but we're not doing that right now.
I'm gonna leave like my instruments and pack on the shore.
Yeah, I'm leaving my pack on the shore too. My component pouch is watertight, and my staff, and that's it. Well, can we get
this?
this?
Looks like a normal boat.
Yeah, I mean, other than it being broken and what appears to be a third of the normal size of the ship, just a regular ship.
Well, I'm gonna look up, and well, if it flew in here, then maybe there's a way in from the ceiling, and I want to look up and see if there's any light coming out or if it's completely
completely closed off. No light is peering through the ceiling.
I'm gonna cast dancing lights and try and go up 120 feet. Like, I'm gonna go up as high as I can. It's got a range of 120 feet, so
it goes roughly 100 foot up into the air before hitting the ceiling.
And start moving the lights along the ceiling as much as I can to see if there's an opening or anything.
You find nothing.
Well,
Go ahead.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna open the hatch.
All right. This being below water and needing to go down below the surface, if you wish to move forward, I will need you to keep that in mind.
Okay, so it'll be below water to go into the hatch?
Correct.
Yeah. I'll go.
All right.
I'll open the hatch.
So it's easy enough to get the hatch open. It's not too far underwater, but once making your way below the ship, you'll see that the bottom seems to be buried below the surface. And then at this point, can you go ahead and make me a perception check? So as you take a look around, you see a couple of things. A shattered crate that the planks of the wood are somewhat buried in the surface. But what catches your eye more about that is what appears to be a piece of leather half buried in the surface as well. And then the other thing that catches your eye is what appears to be a hilt of a sword.
I'm gonna come up and grab a breath of air, and then go back down and look at the sword and see if I can get the sword out.
Yeah, you can get the sword out with very little issue. Um, it's basically just kind of covered with some soot from the area, and you're good to go.
Not rusted though?
No, it's not.
Oh. I'll come back up, set the sword above the water line, and then go back down for the leather.
And after you kind of brush away a little bit of the covering, grab it, pull it up, you find a leather pouch.
Okay. I'll come back up and then open it, sitting on the actual ship itself.
The pouch, you see nothing inside.
Okay. But the leather, like, isn't rotted or anything, even though it's been inside the...
Nope. It appears to be, I mean, it's definitely a bit worn, but does not have nearly the amount of water damage that you would have imagined taking part on this pouch. And after mentioning the rust on the hilt of the sword, you'll know that the hilt is actually carved from very fine bone.
Oh. That's cool. Is the blade actually metal? And it's just
Nope,
the hilt
it's
that's bone?
just the hilt of the sword. There's nothing else.
That's cool. I'm gonna take those with me. Do we want to go swim over and check out those two chests over there? That's all I saw down there. You guys can look if you want, but...
I can go there.
Well, the chests are, like I said, like 20 feet down. I don't know how well anybody here can swim.
I'll kind of paddle over and stay on the surface and see.
I'll see if they're easy enough to open, and if not, then I can just carry them.
I don't know if we'll be able to swim up with fully wooden chests.
No, but
I like
We can-
drag it to the edge.
Yeah,
we
so
can like walk
as
in the
you
water.
dive down, you will see a nice amount of gold in other various gems below the surface that are outside the chest. The chest's lid, you can notice not to be closed, and inside more gold.
I'll just fetch it and carry it on me in my empty bag.
Unfortunately, try as you might, you won't be able to grab the chest, but you can definitely grab a few handfuls of gold and gems if you wish.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
All right.
Togo, did you leave the sword and stuff over here, or did you take it with you?
I left it over there, and I'll come back and grab it on my way back.
All right. If he left that over here, I'm going in. I've got enough space here. I'm going to start ritually casting Identify and see if I can identify. Actually, first, Detect Magic. Ritually cast Detect Magic to see if either one of these items glow from magic.
Okay.
And I'll help Alencia swim over and help her kind of start gathering some of the gold and getting as much as we can, bringing it back over to the boat, then coming over, getting as much as we can carry and swim up with.
Got it. Well, I mean, in the 10 minutes, will each of you just roll me, let's call it, I guess, just like an overall, like, con save to see, like, how well you guys can dive down below, grab the gold, and keep going back and forth. Okay, and for you, Alencia?
Oh,
Well, you'll definitely find that like the extra weight that you're adding into just like your pockets and whatever you can carry as you swim, it's definitely wearing you both down a bit as you see Modar with the first swim back, beginning to cast Detect Magic. After the 10 minutes goes by, this is what you both are able to collect in total, and then I will post that in Discord. And Modar, you do sense a slight hue of magic coming from both the sword hilt and also the bag, but it is not giving you enough to be able to tell what school of magic it comes from, or maybe even perhaps it is something that you are more just unfamiliar with.
Well, after that, I'm going to cast virtually cast identify on the bag to start with.
All right. Unfortunately, the bag is not giving you really anything off of it with the identify. The only thing that you're able to tell is that it had been coated in oil at some point in time.
I'm gonna grab my staff and kind of stick it inside the bag. Actually, no, not my. Wait, yeah, that's the only thing I've got on me right now. Start sticking my staff, like just slowly start to stick it into the bag and see if it keeps going or if it touches bottom or if anything happens like that.
Yeah, you feel it touch bottom. It just like hits against the deck. If you just like left the bag on there, if you're holding it, you feel it hit the bottom of just the pouch.
Gotcha. So it doesn't feel like it went further than it should have or anything like that.
Nope.
And then while he's doing that, I'm assuming we'll just swim and ferry as much as we can, and then afterwards we'll head out of here.
Well, yeah, I'll wait to identify the sword till later. The bag could have been. Well, and I'll look at him like, would this bag help you get anything sooner? Get more up?
It's more the weight of it than the actual carrying. Metal's heavy.
Understood.
So yeah, I figure we'll get as much as we can and ease on down the road.
Well, if you want to continue, you can get the rest of the gold and gems, which is basically double the amount. It'll just take you like another 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Do you want another con save or?
No, I'll just add on to what you had previously. So
Zanashi, are you gonna help them, Zanashi? You're the big strong one.
Sure. I gotta roll something.
Nah, you're good.
No, we're fine. It's just more of like a time thing. But if you guys you now have a pile of golden gems on the deck of the ship.
I'm gonna swim over to some of the crates and stuff, and then try and load them up with the gold and push them back across instead of actually carrying them all across.
Okay, I guess that's the next question. Is this ship like lodged or is it floating?
It's lodged into the ground. Some of it's below the surface, as you can see, and or I guess as it appears, and then some of it is above the surface.
what if possibly one of those the coffins, we might be able to use that to float the, may work as a flotation, possibly, if it's sealed, if they're sealed.
I think that's a good idea. Or even just the lid of one of them, if it'll, or like the base of
Yes.
one of them, not the lid.
Yep. Yes. And I will start to swim back towards the shore.
And I'll assume we'll move the gold over to the other way and
Move the gold to the coffins, and then eventually make your way back to the slightly reddish-hued room.
Valencia will get on shore and then take off her glasses and go, "Oh, darn. The adhesive wore off in the water. I'm going to have to replace that." And she puts her glasses back on.
grab the rest of our stuff. And I can't think of anything else that we need to do while we're here.
Well, I would a rest would not be a bad thing. Let's go outside, I suppose, and rest. We can worry about loading all this up in the morning. Hopefully, everything stays open.
I would like
I mean, I figure we can split this among us and take all of that with us.
Yeah, load up whatever we
Stick
can
it
in
in
the
the
in our backpacks and stuff. Yeah, if it'll fit.
You'll need to leave just like a tad of it behind, but not too much. We'll just say like maybe like 100 gold.
All right, that works.
Nothing crazy. But if the plan is to just head back out, then I will move us back.
What's actually, as we're going out, I'm gonna send this guy down this last little hallway here.
That
take a
hallway
look.
just ends into a dead end with more mining spots.
All right, no, looking around for more clues as to what might be there or not there. If there's no, if there's nothing else, we'll go. All right, yeah, then we'll go back outside and I don't know how far away to go, like a half hour away from the mine and set up our campsite.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan.
Alright, so then, you know, taking a little bit of time, needing to make your way outside, eventually escaping the sound of the water from within the mine, and then eventually running into the sound of the ocean.
How
The
far are we
waves.
away from Mito?
A little over a day.
Okay.
But at this point, I will say, as the waves are crashing along the shore, you will see that the moon is past its peak in the sky and is beginning to make its way down towards the western horizon. And this is where we'll call it for tonight's session.
All right.
Hey, good job, Kyle. And good night, man. I got to go. I am about to pass out.
Okay,
So I thought we already lost you there.
What I will do is I will hand out experience first thing next session. Unless you guys want that now, since you're getting ready to get your rest.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna level up, I would rather you do it now. That way we can level up over the week while we're gone. If it's not a level up, I don't think it matters. That way it gives everyone a week to think about how they want to level up. If you get what I'm, if you
Ooh, it
get
will
what
be
I'm
a
saying.
level. I didn't think it was
Ooh.
going to, but it will be. So each of you will earn 938 experience, which will put each of you at...
It's not enough a level.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's 65, not 50. I thought it was 55. I apologize. I got my hopes up for you guys. Sorry. But it will put everyone at 5,543 experience.
You said 938.
Yep, 938, and I believe the last total you had was 40 or 4,605.
Yep.
So for some reason, I thought it was 5,500 for the level, but getting closer.
I'm sorry. I was pulling that up. What was the number you gave?
938.
Yep.
Experience, and will be at 5,543.
What? Wait a second. Damn it all! I just screwed that up.
No problem. We'll get it situated. It is.
Yep.
Not that difficult. But nonetheless, thank you everyone tonight for joining tonight's session. Tomorrow night we have Clue DMing with some more TOA up in the top left corner. You can see all the affiliates and you find their links down below. If you enjoyed tonight's session, please make sure to follow the stream for more D&D content. Other than that, everyone have a good night, and we will see you next time.
All right, bye.
Bye.